Indirect rates that are too low create a cash flow problem proportional to the degree of the miss. So on a day-to-day basis, you're a bootstrap company, and you bill the government 50% overhead rate, and your actual overhead rate runs at 80. How big a cash flow problem do you have? 30%. How bad did you screw it up? That's how big the pain's going to be. Right, so he missed his rate by 30%. His problem probably isn't 30%, it's probably 23% because he's going to take all of his fee to cover his cash flow problem, right? So now he's got a 23% problem. And he's going to run out to the VCs or the angels and start diluting himself because he didn't ask for the right amount of money. Listen, we have 120 clients. 120 clients all over the country. Doesn't matter if they're in Silicon Valley, Boston, we got Carolinas, we got Texas, we got them all over the country, right? They're still getting funding, and they're asking for indirect rates that they need to fund their business. And the government funds them because the government wants to pay you your reasonable, allowable expenses. We want you to stay in business, we want you to solve the problem. So if you don't ask for the money, they're not going to ask for it for you. You're going to put yourself out of business. They're not going to put you out of business, you're going to put you out of business because you didn't have the chutzpah to ask for what you needed. It's competitive. Does your stuff stink? Or do you believe in it? If you don't believe in it, could you please leave? You're wasting a lot of time and energy. If you believe in what you're doing, ask for what you need to succeed. Because God help you, what if it's actually successful? Right? So if you're bootstrapped and you're proposing indirect rates that are too low, you're going to have cash flow problems. Does anybody want to tell me what it looks like? What does it look like? How do I know I'm in trouble? What does it look like? What's that? You take money out of your bank account? Yeah. Bank account very low. Stop taking a salary. He's nodding his head up and down. That's not good. Anybody else? Credit card debt? Mortgage the house? Borrow from the relatives? Dilute yourself? Series A financing? I got a guy coming in. Got $500,000 Series A financing. I said, great, you just diluted yourself because you didn't ask for the right indirect rate. Congratulations. That's not what Series A financing is for. So you're going to dig the business into a financial hole. You're going to go into debt. You're going to dilute yourself. You're going to cut corners. Funding glitches. You know, the Republicans don't like the Democrats every once in a while, and there's these sequestrations, and funding gets tied up. And the next thing you know, you're firing everybody because you don't have an adequate indirect rate to cover these kinds of things, right? Or you're a grantee, you just start committing an unintentional fraud, where you go into the payment management system or the ASAP system and you just start grabbing money that you don't know whether you're entitled to or not. And you just keep doing it. Oh my God, it's awesome. At the end of the quarter, you have to fill out the FFR. And the FFR is basically, hey, we noticed you drew $375,500 from the payment management system. Which grants did that apply to? And by the way, make sure that you read line 13 before you sign your name on line 14. Line 13 says, by signing this report, I certify that it is true, complete, and accurate to the best of my knowledge. I am aware that any false, fictitious, or fraudulent information may subject me to criminal, civil, or administrative penalties. So just because you can push the button and the money shows up in your bank account the next day does not mean that's what you should do. Yeah, you're going to have some cash flow problems. Yeah, right. If you have cost reimbursable work and you don't understand this, you're going to be in a world of hurt. That's why they have me come out and do this talk, because they want you to understand this.